remember one session I had, and my client really enthusiastically told me, I don't have an issue with control. I just want things done the way I want. We both burst out laughing at her statement. But can't you relate? I mean, we all feel that way at times with others and with God. We want to walk in God's will as long as we can still manage the outcome. Hey there. Are you a Christian woman who's ready to strengthen your faith and stop the madness in your mind? The worry, doubt, anxiety. Do you want something more for your life but are not sure where to even begin? You've come to the right place. Hi, I'm Kristin Campbell. I'm excited that you're here as we journey together to discover mindset renewal and empowered faith for the Christian woman. We're talking about control today, but control is an illusion. There's just too many variables, and many we don't even know are at play. Control is also really burdensome. I mean, it's heavy. It causes us to worry, to doubt, to fear. And listen, it's a horrible companion. And I want to offer a different way to walk. I want to offer a walk of trust filled with obedience, a walk of surrender, even when we don't see the whole picture. Because the truth, surrender is not weakness. It's actually worship. And how we view surrender, it's going to make all the difference in our lives. See, surrender, it isn't giving up. It's not waving the white flag as you're lying down defeated. See so many cartoons like that, right? That's not what it is. It's giving over to something better, to someone better. And it's not weakness. It actually takes a great deal of strength and courage to surrender. See, the illusion of control, it's easier to live out, even though it has horrible outcomes. But walking into surrender, that's harder, but it's going to give us better outcomes. Surrender gives control to the God who can see the whole picture. There's only one who knows how all of the decisions tie into all of humanity from the beginning of time until the end. So that's the one we want to trust. And it's going to take releasing our timelines, our dreams even, so that he can place them where they fit best. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us, trust in the Lord, lean not on your own understanding. And the lie that we often get trapped in is that we know better about our life than anyone else, including the Lord. And see, that's the illusion that the enemy tries to create, that you know all there is to know about you and your purpose and your life. But if you read Job, chapters 38-41, please take the time to read it. This is where God kind of claps back at Job. The topics of the questions that God asked Job to answer, when I was reading it, I didn't even know they existed to ask about. Those chapters will awaken you to how little any of us really know or have control over. Now, again, let's go back to Jesus as our model. He was with God in the beginning, He reigns supreme in the end. We're told that all things are made through him and for him. And yet, Luke 22, he says, not my will, but yours be done. Surrender is active faith. It's not this passive resignation. It's actively declaring that you trust what comes your way is going to be good for your life. You trust that there's hidden treasures even in the discomforts of life. Now, I tell my clients all the time, get comfortable with discomfort. So, how do you know if you're holding on a little too tightly to control? Well, you're going to have anxiety over all the possible outcomes. You're going to have this constant overthinking or over functioning. You're going to make decisions out of fear, not faith. And you're really going to resist the seasons of waiting or discomfort. And I want you to reflect on what it is that you're trying to control right now. Is it the timing of something? Is it people, perceptions, outcomes? I want you to ask yourself, am I trusting God or am I trying to manage him? See, God cannot be managed or put into some box. And honestly, I don't want a God who could be. I'd rather God be God. So, how do you put this into practice in your day-to-day life? As always, it begins with awareness. What areas are hardest for you to surrender? And start with just one. And make it your prayer in that area, not my will, Lord, but yours. Ask the Holy Spirit for courage to release what you're gripping. See, surrender often starts with small steps of obedience. Now, I remember when I heard God so clearly to move from Connecticut to Florida to work at House of Hope. But when that season came to an end, I wasn't really sure what to do next. Now, I had ideas of what I could do, even what I wanted to do. My parents had ideas of what they wanted me to do. My friends, both in Florida and in Connecticut, they had thoughts too. And it really would have been easy for me just to put my plan into place, to control my destiny. But there was this little nudge in my spirit. I want to encourage you to pay attention to that. And it was this nudge to return to Florida. After my season ended at House of Hope, I came home for a quick vacation to try to figure it out. And I had this nudge just to return to Florida. I didn't have anything for me there. I had no job lined up. And then I felt this nudge to accept a position at a really small family-owned custom closet company. And it made no sense. Not to me, not to my parents, not to my friends. I mean, I knew nothing of closets. I mean, I knew I needed them and I used them, but I had no idea. It didn't pay what I needed. I mean, honestly, I was not thrilled about it. But I surrendered my will and I obeyed. Well, guess who also worked there? My now husband, Pete. And it was through that job that we became such good friends. And here we are, 17 years later, 3 amazing kids. God doesn't waste surrendered things. He multiplies them. Abraham's life is a great example. After waiting a lifetime for a son, God actually asks him to sacrifice his son. And now Abraham was ready to obey. I mean, really ready, sword up, when God intervened. Recognizing how surrendered Abraham was, how much he trusted the Lord's plan over his own understanding. Remember, lean not on your own understanding. And Abraham is now the father of all nations. His descendants are more numerous than the stars. I mean, just think about that. Now, again, I have another free reflection guide that you can download that's going to help you in the area of surrendering your control. Just want to remind you, you can find that on my website, thekristincampbell.com, under podcasts. And if you're struggling with coaching, if you're struggling with control, you're having that thought that she was one of my favorite clients that when she said that, I don't have an issue with control. I just want things the way that I want them. If that is you, go ahead and set up a free 30-minute coaching call with me and let's work through that. Because I want you to get all that God has for you in this life. So, just want to remind you, surrender is the most freeing step to walking fully in your God-given purpose. It's going to bring clarity. What you release in obedience to God, He's going to redeem. And it may feel scary, but it's secure. God is trustworthy with your life, your purpose, your people, your process. Hand all the details of your life over to God. Surrender to His best for you. Be blessed. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I hope you walked away a little stronger in your faith and freer in your mind. You are so loved. If you like this episode, share it with a friend. Leave your ratings and reviews, and engage with me on social media. I'd love to hear from you.